Hello, I'm Johanna Russell, and thank you for your willingness to sub for me. This video is intended to give you a quick snapshot of how your day will go. First off, you are either watching this at home or if you're watching it on my computer, near that area, you're going to see one of these sheets. And I'm actually going to share the back of this sheet first. This sheet goes through how every single class works. It also tells you the order, the side first, the order of your classes. This is the morning, and then this side is your afternoon. Okay, so you greet the students out in the hall, which is why I'm here. They will stand along this wall behind me, and then they are used to, the very first cue I give them is I look at them like this, and then I wait, and I go like this, and I go, shh, shh, shh. And then they should repeat back to me the same thing. If it doesn't work, I move to the area of the line that's not listening. Again, I'm not saying anything. I'm just looking and waiting, and then I do it again. Once I have their full attention, that's where you can introduce yourself. You can also tell them about the schedule for the day, which is over here on this board. And then they are going to collect their sticks. So let me show you as we spin on around. Here we go. So I have all of the classes here in different buckets, and you simply grab their bucket, and then the first 3 or 4 students in line get the sticks, and the other students go down through the system. Depending on the age of the student, like kindergartners, they might really still be learning this depending on the time in the school year, and then by the time you get up to your older students, this is old routine, and they might even have grabbed out the sticks themselves. These little buckets are important because any notes about a student, whether it be behavior or academic, are stuck inside these buckets, and so they can let you know additional information about that specific class. They also go in order, so you can see your Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday buckets, which is my schedule this year, but it might be a different schedule next year. The students are trained that they silently enter the art room. If a student is talking, I stand, sorry, it's really dark. Let's see, right there, I stand right there. And if a student is talking, I just point at them, and then I tell them, go try again. I do as very little talking as possible. They are used to it being silent when they walk in, except for the music, and I'm going to get to how to make the music go. They are used to their buckets being put over here. Now, if a center was closed, you would know that because there would be a note inside where they got their stick from, and all you simply do is take that bucket, set it on the ground, and then they know that that isn't a choice. By the end of the school year, it's extremely rare for me to be closing centers, so don't expect that to be a constant. Students then enter, gotta use there it is, on the black line. You will see that they pick up sketchbooks located right there, and then they also pick up pencils and a white bin. The sketchbooks contain any papers or handouts that they need for that particular day or whatever the schedule says. We will get to my teacher desk area with additional information in just a little bit. As the students walk around the room, they then are going to take a seat on the mat. This mat is really important because it's also how your seating chart works. So when you get to seating charts, which I will get to at the end of this video, you'll know who is who because the seating chart matches this mat. They then should silently start drawing the art magic, which is up on the screen, and I will get to how to get that set up in just a minute. Once you have everyone seated and organized, you again are just able to follow along. I even give you times for how long things should last. So we are now ready to move into the video. I'll show you that in a second. So they're now still seated watching the video, and then it's time to release them to your centers. So you'll notice that that's about 13 minutes of class. When you release them to their centers, they are using their sketchbook as a guide for what to complete. They are also using a magnet system to locate what step that they are on and what they need to work on. You'll notice I have 3 separate wheels. That's because 3rd through 5th has one set of directions in their sketchbook. 1st and 2nd has another, and then kindergarten has its very own. Chances are, if it is a sub-day, I have written in your notes that it's an explore day, which basically means all of the students are on a red pie piece. They are using their sketchbook and an Explore page. Now, if it's at the end of the year, all their Explore pages might be getting kind of full, and that's okay. I might have left you extra paper, or I might have told you they can use the paper in the back of their sketchbook. But Explore pages are never something we take home. They're always something that we keep and we learn from to plan our WOW projects. The older your student, the more likely it is your subnotes will say, let them go on whatever step they're on. Students tend to be self-paced, so some students might be working on one WOW project while other students are moving into displaying their artwork. In this room, all the students are taught to be leaders. So a really good sign that things are going as they're supposed to is that students are trained to take a number if they have a question or concern with their learning. Otherwise, if you look out amongst the room and everyone seems to be doing something, then the chances are they know exactly what they're doing and they would come and get you if they needed help. Okay, as we move down through your time, the next thing you'll see is that you're going to call a 2-minute cleaning warning. That's crazy important. And to do that, you just see that little bell right there, you just bing, and then you wait and you'll see 2 minutes until cleanup. Then, when it is time for cleanup, it will tell you the specific directions here, but you use those chimes, they're located there, and I just play the chimes until everyone is standing, stopped, and listening. And sometimes that can take a while. You can always compliment someone that you see stop standing and waiting, but for the most part, I am silent and I am waiting for them to respond, and you'll be shocked how quickly they do it. Once they do cleanup, they then are going to go to the mat and they are going to share their artwork. So they're coming back here to talk. That lets you double check centers. Any center that's not cleaned correctly, that's okay. I use the phrase Miss Russ. So you say Miss Russ, and then they'll say Miss Russ, or you can use your name. Architecture, go back. And they're used to knowing that means something's wrong at architecture. All of the architecture friends would go back, and then you would tell them, oh, marker caps go up, or scissors all need to be put in the same bin. After that, you then have them line up. You use the blue line. Ta-da! Right there, they all have specific spots they stand in. Again, depending on the time of the school year, depends, and the age of the student on how much help they're going to need getting to there. Their sketchbooks go in the bin, so you'll notice I move the bin where their sketchbook goes here. And then their pencils go back, and whatever, depending on the pencil that they get to use for their class, goes back over there. Artwork goes in these drawers. They are organized by day. So again, your day starts here and goes all the way down, and also color-coded the same as their sticks. If you find artwork at all through the day, somewhere I have, right there it is now, a lost and found bucket for the students to use. Okay. Whew, I gotta go. All right, so let's get to the nitty-gritties of how to do the videos and all of that. So spinning, sorry to make you sick. Okay, so over here, this is my teacher space. Now, I actually don't sit here or work here during the day. For the most part, I sit at that round table that you saw earlier. But down here, you will see these are all your clip charts. They have the seating charts, student names, any health information that you need is all here. You have another one that says schedule, and then if there were to be emergency situation, everything you need is here, as well as the cheat sheet. For any additional sub-information, like what if I have a behavior problem? All of that information is located there. But I'll be honest with you, we are leaders in the art room, and depending on the time of school year, you might have to do more reminding about that. But there's a separate video, and it's linked and shared in that sub-information if you want the specifics on behavior. Okay, I'm now going to flip this sheet over because these are your 2 to-do lists. The first to-do list is located here. This is what you have to do in the morning. My plan is right away in the morning. So you have until 9 o'clock to get this list done. And then this is what you do before you leave. And you'll notice most of the heavy lifting is here, and a lot of this you can do throughout the day. I use this on a daily basis. Okay, but let's talk, how do I make all the technology go? You're going to want to find this mat here, and that will turn on your screen. Then here's the trickiest part about my system. Oh, I'm running long. Okay, So here's my computer. You will notice that that is not the same as that screen there. Oh, Johanna, that's kind of crazy. What you have to consider is that these two screens, move in the way so you can see me, are linked. So like this screen is on the right and that screen is on the left. So if you think of that screen right here, when you have your mouse, all you have to do is move it over here, and then all of a sudden your mouse will be on that other screen that's on the wall. The first time you do it, you're like, this is crazy and impossible. And then once you get it, you're like, oh, it's super simple. Okay, so I'm going to flip you so you can see that screen, and I can show you how to do this stuff. So my computer will already be set up and logged in. All you have to do is, it will pull up with two windows like this. Now my mouse is really small for you to see it there, but all you have to do is hit the Present tab here, and then you just need to find the slide that has the dates on it that correspond to when you're subbing. To get out of this screen, you just hit the Escape key on the actual computer. And then these are the videos. They will also be on the other side of the screen. Now sometimes the little Present button goes away. See how it's missing? So if I hit refresh, all of a sudden my Present button will come back. Again, I am finding the date, which generally tends to be the last slide for this particular one. And then I'm just hitting Present. This is the video that you will show students. So after they do the art magic, your directions say show them a video. This one says 3rd through 5th. You just press play.
Hello, students.
And scooch it over. When you want it to be done, you hit the Escape key on the computer, and you'll see it shrinks back. Okay. Sorry, one last thing. Music. Okay, music is on the other computer. My students are trained to the same music playing every single day. That cleanup is a certain song, everything is a certain song, and so that it's like Pavlov's dog. They will respond to that music. It automatically is set to restart. So all you have to do is go over here and find the art classroom playlist, and just right before that 5th grade class walks in, you go to the very first song and you hit play, which I'm not going to do because YouTube wouldn't be mad if I was playing music I didn't have rights to. And then literally it will just cycle every single class. And you will even, by the end of the day, you'll be like, oh, Inya is playing. It is either a new class coming in or my current class is cleaning up. Thank you so much for subbing for me. I know that was a lot of information, but hopefully after this 10 to 15 minute video, you feel all ready to have a fantastic day in the art room. Thank you for subbing. Bye. Oh, speaker. I forgot this part. So I use this speaker. It is plugged in to my computer, and all you have to do is turn it on. And then you also have to turn on, turn it this way. See that little doodad that's hanging right there? You got to turn that guy on too. And once they are both on, you probably can't tell it, but my voice is now projecting from the ceiling down. So I can talk to my students in a whisper. And they can all hear me because this thing, it's fantastic. It is like you are rocking it. Okay, so now with that, have a fantastic day subbing. Thank you. Bye.